to the Overpriced Podcast. Today,
Sports
we are joined in studio with
oh my god.
the one,
Are you
the
serious?
only, Mr. Bill Edie with On Pointe Inspections. And I tell you what, I've learned a lot from this man. I've had the privilege of working with him on several homes, and he's awesome. And we wanted to bring him on today to help educate us, educate our audience, and hopefully give some folks some good insight on how to have their home prepared when they get ready to sell it. So with that being said, we're going to jump right in. You know my name. You know the wonderful Ricky and Ashley.
Good morning.
And,
Hi. Good afternoon, whenever you're watching
the obvious bosses of the show. I'm just here to do my part, whatever part
we
that
let
may
them
be.
come here.
But just that they asked me to come again. So with that being said,
Almost did it.
Yeah, it was quite the discussion at 7 this morning.
yes. Before we get into it, we've had a fun few minutes to get going this morning, and we found out that Bill and I share a love for applesauce, and it's an understatement.
Ryan always brings baby applesauce in.
There's 2 cups,
You just can't see it right
little
now.
spoon.
Oh,
They're always
hey,
pink too.
They
right,
are.
right. Well,
Yeah.
you know, hey, Bill, we're gonna jump right in, my friend. Tell us about the process of a home inspection and what are the most common things you find in homes in this area.
Okay. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Of course. I'm glad you came.
Absolutely. What to expect with a home inspection?
Yeah.
Standardly, most of my referrals come from you guys, realtors.
Awesome.
I do get occasional calls from homeowners. Initial phone calls, discussions with the client. A lot of times they're out of town, so they're not going to be able to be around. Home inspection usually takes a shorter one, 90 minutes or so, and
Okay.
they can stretch out to several hours depending on the size and scope of the inspection.
They can.
Yes, they can.
1800s home.
Right. Or 5,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Or a pack rat. I mean, we got some.
Sure.
We got some.
Oh, I
yeah.
believe
I've spent at least a half hour before unloading closets to find an attic catch. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
That's brutal.
Yeah. So as a homeowner, if you can make access to some of these mechanicals, your friendly home inspector would thank
You
you.
would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like 4 or 5 out there watching going, thank you, Bill, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
That's
there's
awesome.
some things that you're not allowed to access, but my gosh, if you can make it that much easier by moving your food
Oh, yeah.
pizza boxes, it'd be
Right.
nice.
I feel like that's not common though, that they move stuff to.
No, and think about it. When
So-
people are staging their houses, where do they throw out their junk?
Exactly.
Yes.
I've opened closet doors to where I don't know how the stuff's not falling out on me.
Oh,
I
my
believe
gosh, yeah. Oh, I do.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Under beds and in closets.
absolutely. Or down blocking all the mechanicals so I get to move them all.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
So anyway, yeah, I always encourage clients, I leave it up to them. I mean, they're paying for the home inspection, so
Right.
I want them to get what they want out of it. A lot of them are seasoned or they think they know enough about homes
Right.
that they don't want to be there and see how the sausage is made. Watching,
Yes,
watching
yes.
paint dry with me looking at stuff.
Yes.
But I mean, first-time home buyers, I
That's awesome.
recommend. I mean, if they're intrigued or interested, be there. They can learn a lot. And
Nice.
typically, I hear that from clients that they were glad they were there.
Yes.
So that's entirely. I mean, that's entirely up to them, up to the realtor. But
Makes
I
sense.
try to keep an open door policy on that stuff personally.
Nice.
You are good about teaching too, like as you go along if the buyer chooses to.
Oh,
be there.
educate. Yeah, I remember that specifically with Bill. Absolutely.
So otherwise. A home inspection, what to expect, we go through as much of the house as we can. I mean, it is kind of a latent inspection. I'm not going to put holes in
Sure.
walls or
No,
tear
you
things up.
can't. Yeah.
But if we can open panels and evaluate things, I mean, we go from the roof through the attic, interior, doors, windows, plumbing, electrical, then the mechanicals in the basement with the electrical
Yeah.
panel, the furnace, the hot water tank. If we can access and get a visual of the chimney and up through it, we look
Yeah.
at that. So lots of things. I mean, a lot of first-time home buyers have an uncle or a dad or somebody that knows everything about
Of
construction.
course,
Yes.
yes.
Oh my
And
God,
they've
no, we
already-
know it.
They've already been through the house and they don't think they need a home inspection. And it's not uncommon that is the same person that's shadowing me during the inspection.
So
Yes.
true. Gosh, that's
Oh,
terrible.
I try to discourage.
By and large, I'm
inspection.
not trying to degrade them. I mean, a lot
Sure.
of them know a lot of things, but it's not uncommon that they're like, well, I didn't see that either.
Yep.
Or, oh,
Yeah.
I didn't think to look at that.
Right.
And in my we're professionals. I mean, it's not that we know everything, but we're also used to. Pardon me.
Oh, you're
Oh,
good.
he's getting business.
Yes, it's already happening. Here we go.
Gosh.
Yeah,
I love it.
but it's not uncommon that we unearth things that they didn't think to look for or
Sure.
whatnot. So it's always a good idea. I mean, if you're 100%, you know the house and whatnot. Maybe you don't need a home inspection, but I would not encourage that to many buyers.
No, there's
Yeah.
just too much of a.
So things I run into a lot, for the most part in this area, most homes, new, old, when they were built, they were well built. Occasionally we come across things that, wow, who did this?
Right.
What I see a lot is DIY enthusiasts that have done renovations,
I think Ricky's guilty.
done add-ons,
I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah, right.
replaced something, and that's usually when down the rabbit hole we go as a home inspector.
Yeah.
Whether it's wiring, replace the hot water tank the best they know how, different things like that, or did backyard addition. And
Oh my gosh,
Those are always
backyard
fun.
editions are
Yeah.
painful and
Brutal.
more common than I ever expected.
yeah.
There's like
Yeah.
plywood.
Oh, yeah.
Plywood.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
bricks up and
Yeah.
foundation's good.
Looks good.
Well, it was for about a year. And
Right.
Yeah.
Until the weather started to wear it out.
Those
Right. That's so
studs,
true.
yeah.
Yes.
What a
Now, when we
mess.
talked decades ago, standardly home inspections were word of mouth or
Right.
just a little checklist with a signature at the bottom. Most inspectors now give clients a pretty comprehensive report at the end of an
Yes,
inspection.
yes.
So 15, 20 pages, not uncommon. Pictures,
No.
descriptions, recommendations.
Nice,
things
that'll
like
help.
that. Absolutely.
Yeah, sometimes they look scarier than they really are,
Absolutely.
but it'll be fine.
Yeah. So I've had showings that like I've been in the house and I just get like this weird feeling about the house. Have you ever had that happen with a home inspection? Like, I don't like how this feels.
Make you feel uneasy for several reasons.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything that sticks out?
Oh, there's lots of stuff that I imagine sticks out.
Well,
I
this
really
is your
don't-
show, so
yeah,
take it.
Yeah, I don't get spooked by houses per se, but there are things I'm like, oh, this is a warning sign. And
Yeah.
we need to at least counsel the
Sure.
potential buyer. And it blows my mind sometimes. I'll talk for 10 minutes about everything that's catastrophically wrong
Right.
with the house. And they're sitting there looking at me, apparently not listening, because I'll get done talking and they just wait for my mouth to stop moving. And they're like, so really nothing bad.
If that's what you got out of it.
Isn't it funny though how like yesterday's generation compared to today's generation, what we find important,
Uh-huh.
and obviously, to be completely honest, yesterday's generation is so well educated in regards to construction
Mhm.
and knowing those things, and
Yes.
they have a good idea for it. For us, it's kind of won't say for us, but in general, today's generation, it's kind of like it's all right. We'll be okay. It'll last.
Yeah, a lot of people like just really want the house. They're
Right.
Like, oh, we can
It
deal
doesn't
with. We'll
matter,
deal with that
yeah.
later.
Well, sometimes I feel like as the inspector, I'm protecting them from themselves.
True. Very true.
Oh yeah, I've heard you say that.
Yeah, and I by no means am I trying to squash deals. If I was, you guys wouldn't hire me.
Right.
Um,
Right.
Yes,
But
very
yeah,
true.
sometimes I need to
Well, you gotta.
make sure they understand
Protect
what
them.
they're
Absolutely.
into.
Yeah.
But as far as things that make me uneasy or horror stories, lots of times roof issues, old houses that in the basement, going back to the DIYers, and
Yeah.
they've decided they want an open concept, so they're just moving stuff and removing stuff.
Ooh, boy.
And over the course of decades, you go up on the first floor and you're like, this feels kind of crooked. I'm walking
Yeah.
funny. And I was in a house in the area that the first floor in the kitchen, from the outside wall where it's sitting on the rim joist to the center of the house, it had dropped 4 inches.
Wow.
And
Like
yeah.
a marble test.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think you could have put something square down and it would have rolled.
We take out like a main support beam.
That's exactly what
Oh,
happened.
I don't need that.
Yeah.
It's fine. We don't
Listen,
need to check
anyone who does construction's laughing their ass off right now with that comment because I know what he's saying.
Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there was a bearing wall that was gone, and I was like,
No!
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god!
That's crazy.
I remember
at the
you
end of the inspection, I hear it. So there's nothing really wrong with the house.
like, no, if that's what you got,
Right.
We take our
we're like,
clients through these houses and they're like, oh, we're just going to tear down this wall and we're just going to do this. and
yeah,
open
they
it.
don't,
like,
they don't like do an
Yeah.
assessment.
No,
Yeah, before
Pump the
removing
brakes.
walls, people, please like at least get a contractor in to tell you if something's load bearing or not.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
absolutely.
gosh. Yeah, before you go knocking some. I remember you did a Victorian for me in the area, and we ran the water from upstairs, and we walked downstairs, and the wall literally had puffed out already.
Oh, no.
Because there was a pipe in the wall we think
Yes,
broken,
yes,
and
yes.
then the plaster just like
no.
so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It
so
was like
bad.
this giant. He's like, well, that bubble wasn't there before I ran the water, so
Yeah, always-
we
always
killed
cir-
that deal.
Always circle back to the basement after you've ran the water.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Smart man.
Yeah, that was fun.
Again, folks, we have Mr. Bill Edie with us today with On Point Inspections. And as right before we go any further, Bill, I just want to ask a little bit in regards to who you are. Are you local? Are you from the area? Let our audience know a little bit about yourself, sir.
Sure. Born and bred in Tuscarawas County.
Nice.
Yep.
Mark.
I've gotten around the county, but always been here. I've been doing home inspections for this will be my 10th year.
Wow.
And,
Really?
Yeah,
Incredible.
Yeah, I've got a lot of background with building and remodeling and things like that prior to that, but I had a whole career with Ricky's sister in the hospital setting before
Yeah.
that.
Nice.
Yep. Wild child.
Thought I'd do a little side hustle as an empty nester, and it turned into a full-blown career. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been very blessed.
It progressed
Yeah, good.
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 years in. That's incredible.
And don't let him fool you by making him think he just stays in Tuscarawas County, because this guy travels the world.
Nice. Really?
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I'll call Bill, but he might be in Europe this week. I don't know.
You did say that when we were trying
Yeah.
to think who to bring on. You're like, oh,
Well,
he's probably
hopefully he's there.
backpacking somewhere.
Not till the fall.
Okay.
What's the farthest place from the United States you've ever traveled?
Was it last? Yeah, it would have not like 3 months ago, but like 15 months ago. Me and a couple guys backpacked up to Everest Base Camp in Nepal.
Nice.
That's
Yeah, it was
amazing.
a lot of fun. It was.
I would die.
Oh, yeah.
It was cold and it was
Yeah.
thin air. It was,
Oh, I believe that.
Good job, Bill.
That's like its own
Solid
episode.
work.
That's
Good
awesome.
Lord.
Not doing home inspections, he's climbing Mount Everest. There you go. I love it.
What a man.
That is awesome.
What's the craziest thing you've ever found in a home inspection?
Ooh. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, the anticipation. I
Yes,
love
I'm
it.
sorry.
I love it.
We can go through different categories.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll start with vermin I've come across.
Oh,
in my
yeah,
inspections.
vermin.
I was,
Tell us how you really feel.
yeah. There's been different times, usually in the country, I'll get up in the attic hatch, and that seems to be a quiet, warm place for a
Yes.
snake to molt their skin.
Oh my gosh.
So I've come across only one live snake, but
Ooh,
dozens
one
of,
too many.
I would assume, black snake skins and stuff.
Oh, those aren't bad.
Yeah.
I would have one of those in my
But I
house.
remember this. I mean, she was adorable, young, dainty
Yeah.
wife, and
Yeah.
she's like, "What do you see up there?" I'm like,
Oh,
if
no.
I tell her this deal's over."
Nothing.
I mean, the attic looked fine, but
That's awesome.
yeah. So I've seen some
Oh
snake
my
skins and
gosh.
stuff. I've opened electric panels and found fried mice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that.
I went into a crawl
I've had
space
one.
one time, and I shined my light to the back of the crawl space, and I saw 4 sets of eyes looking back at me.
Stop.
No,
Yes.
thank you.
Yeah. It was
I'm done.
It was a den of raccoons.
Oh. Whew.
They're so cute, though.
Oh yeah, super cute. Until
Little
you're always
trash
crawling
pandas.
back to them.
They, like, take food with their hands. If you give it to them, they go,
So do killers.
fair point. Fair point. They're not cute.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So I mean, vermin. I mean, you name it, we've come across it. Mice, rats, things like that. One of my least favorite encounters was a really, really teeny vermin. I finished up a duplex, and the tenant came home and he goes, "Hey, did the landlord tell you there's bed bugs in here?"
Oh no.
And I'd been in there for over an hour.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
wow. Did you just, like,
What did you even say?
Thank you.
Ryan would be done.
I'm already like sitting here going, well.
No,
I
No.
can hear his heart
I'm so
pounding.
glad I didn't get pulled over on the way home because I was in my underwear in my truck driving home.
Oh, no,
I
100%.
did
Yeah.
not. I did not want that in my cab.
No,
Yeah.
no, because they will, like, multiply in your car.
Yeah, I did. I was like, I don't
Yeah.
know how I'm going to get
Yeah.
them out of here, so we're not doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
You
no,
would've got
you
pulled
can't.
Well, thank you.
They
Ashley.
got. Sorry, sir.
Sir, can you explain to us why you're in your drawers? Like, well, I'm a home inspector. Sir, step out of the vehicle.
No.
You're walking right here on the side of the freeway.
I refuse. I will not not get out. Well, that goes back to like the hospital and stuff. Like if someone had like, and I probably shouldn't say this, but like MRSA or like C. diff, we would just go in with like a mask and you're supposed to, you're supposed to gown up.
Sure.
Well, I'm sure the policy's a little stricter now, but
Well, I'm sure my phobia of heebie-jeebies like that because of my hospital background is less than others, but
But like if we heard there was one bed bug on them, we would be like in full astronaut suits.
Oh,
Like we were like, oh, we don't care about the germs. We just don't want the bed bugs.
Yeah, it's hazmat time now.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so that covers vermin. Strange things I've seen. Foundation home improvements are sometimes clever.
I'll survive.
Foundation.
Do you need to eat an applesauce?
Do you need a comfort
You have no
cup?
idea how many times I thought about that.
Do you need a comfort cup?
Sorry, Bill. We are with you, my friend. Foundation
work, yeah. I was in this one house, and they'd taken out the bearing wall, and apparently they had noticed that probably wasn't going to be a good idea, and the house was starting to suffer from it. So they were like, well, let's fix it. So they had taken a 2x4 and put it up where the bearing wall used to be.
Oh, wow.
And they had like half a 4x4.
Oh, wow.
But they got an old farm jack and put under the 4x4 and started cranking it up. And that was the permanent solution. When I inspected the house, the jack was still there 4 feet off, not 4 feet, maybe 2.5 feet off the ground.
Oh, my
Yeah, it was
goodness.
beautiful.
Imagine that thing gives. Oh.
Yeah, it was.
After all that time. Oh, man.
My mind is blown.
Oh, yeah, I believe that.
And electrical stuff.
I mean,
I'm actually shocked houses don't burn down sometimes.
I believe that.
Oh, electrical is always a thing. Like it's so rare when you find a perfectly done
Right.
electrical box.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I've seen some, DIYers do some stuff with the electrical. That's one thing I will not.
I'm gonna watch this video on YouTube once so I can rewire my box.
Well, you guys have all been there at the end of the inspections and seen our reports. We always call out double taps.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
one
always
of
a
the more
good call.
common ones.
Yep.
Well, I know what the tolerance or the maximum capacity of how many wires you can jam in a breaker is because 6 were in it and the 7th one wouldn't stay in.
Oh,
So,
perfect.
yeah, so
Oh my.
I guess that's the
Guys,
threshold.
stop it.
Yes.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. That is a
My
safety
gosh.
issue.
Yeah, I've seen hot water tanks that they put a receptacle on and plugged it into an outlet.
No.
You know?
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
I've seen some pipes with hot water tanks
Oh, yeah.
too. Like, them are always good to see
Yeah,
some
so-
of those.
Oh my goodness.
Just some zany things like that.
Oh my gosh,
And
Bill.
then some of the funner things I've seen.
Yes, please.
And I'm under the impression that the homeowner is usually been notified when I'm on my way or when I'm going to be there.
Oh no.
I was going through a house one time and
Oh no.
the home seller and the home buyer must have known each other because they were chit-chatting and following me around the house. And I opened the homeowner's bedroom door as I was finishing up the upstairs. And on his dresser was probably 4 or 5 pounds of marijuana just laying there.
Perfect.
I mean,
4 or 5 pounds?
oh, the whole thing was covered. I opened the door. Wow, that smells strong. And they looked at me.
And then Bill was high.
It was just a movie prop.
Right. They looked at me like, what?
Yeah, huh? You okay?
That much is normal.
Did you know I was coming?
I mean, I don't know. We won't get graphic, but I've found, sex toys. And all
Oh.
that.
No.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah. People don't hide that.
No, they're
They
proud.
don't care.
Yeah, it's just.
Why would you not? Oh man.
Yeah, I was like, you knew I was coming. What are we doing?
You were warned. Okay. You've had I know they at least have.
Well, it's either that or they're swingers, and they're like, hey.
That's a thing
That is a thing.
around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing. The upside down pineapples. Watch them.
Yeah, if you ever walk
up
up to a house
Yes.
and you see upside down
Well, I
pineapple.
got educated on the loofah colors too.
Yeah, the loofah colors.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
that's
that
a
another-
thing. That's
okay.
another thing.
Yeah, a teal
What?
one means you just crazy.
Oh, wow, all right.
Is this? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, Google that.
Seriously. Yeah, look up loofah colors.
That's outstanding.
Yeah, look them up.
So
Okay.
I
What
apologize.
color is your loofah, Ryan?
please forgive me for my frame dollar moment here.
Shut up.
But the loofahs we're referring to those things that are spongy that have a little string on them.
Yeah, they're like a
And-
poof. They're a bath poof.
Usually you see them with in female cleaning sets and stuff.
Or hanging in a shower.
I love you. I love you so much.
I'm sorry. So I guess my we got to get into this real
Next
quick.
year's
So
Christmas present.
A deal
where
or
You normally get them 2 for 1.
like I may try to use one once and I didn't understand how it worked. So my question though is like, do they hang them outside? Like, or are they just like got them hanging in the house?
I think the pineapples they hang outside.
Okay.
To like let you know.
Are you asking if they hang loofahs outside the house?
Well, I didn't know like, when you see the
I
color.
think sometimes they do.
Oh.
You know, like
Well, I know down in Florida there's like a retirement village, like a huge
This
one.
is going.
got the experience.
Yeah, I've been there. You know, I like my men older, as you guys know.
I'm not hanging out with Rick and
My
Ricky
husband's
anymore.
EJ.
We are not invited on overnights anymore.
I know.
They put them on their golf carts.
No.
Yeah, because they in this huge retirement village, they like have golf carts in there. You
Oh
know,
my
that's what
gosh,
your main train. There's no cars, so they hang them in the golf carts.
Listen,
And they're listed. Hey, this is what I'm into by the
No.
color.
Yeah,
You can look and be
there's
like,
like a
"That, I
chart.
want that color."
Yeah.
I know who our next guest speaker is going to be.
I mean, listen, I've watched
If
TikToks.
any swinger is out there and would like to come
Oh,
on our show,
my
please let me
Explain.
know. Yeah, I'm interested.
Well, as soon as we found out the color scheme of that, we had to go buy the craziest one and hang it on my buddy's.
Tad,
Do you know how
That's
fun?
No, Dad was the guilty party that hung it on someone else.
I can see that.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so great. Here in about like 2 months when you guys forget about it, I'm gonna hang it from your bumper of
swear
your
to
cars.
We're gonna
and
know.
It's going to be great.
Honk, honk, girl.
Yeah, like, oh wow, they must really like you as a realtor. Well, not really.
You know how Jeep people duck each other.
Yeah, the duck. Oh
Yeah.
man, that's a whole different.
Oh
ballgame.
yeah, it is. It's so nice.
Down that rabbit hole.
Well, this
Oh, Ryan's flustered.
home inspection show has turned into an absolute blast.
As all home
possibly.
inspections are.
Bill is an educator.
The most entertaining one yet. So,
Yes.
oh man, how do you go back to? Tell me
So!
about the time.
So,
After all that. Oh goodness.
my
Inspecting
God.
a kitchen.
Let me ask you this. Anytime so I don't know, I guess this is kind of tough and we can edit it out if you're not allowed to answer, but have you ever like come upon like something where you're like, oh boy, I gotta call the authorities? Anything like that?
the marijuana.
Yeah. He's like, well, could have been fake.
I've seen some sketchy things.
Yeah.
But
Nothing like
nothing
okay.
illicit. Other
That's
than,
good though.
Do you have to report stuff? Is that part of
Um,
a license or anything? Do you know?
I don't believe it is.
That's-
I mean,
yeah,
If
I
I
don't-
saw something crazy on.
Yeah. is
Morally,
what it's-
ethically, I probably would.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
privacy wise, so it's hard too, because
Yeah.
well, and that goes to show you the respect he has, obviously, because everyone's different and we all have our own things. But
Sure.
yeah, I mean, we have loofahs and pineapples and everything
Marijuana.
else, marijuana. I mean, man, but like for me, I guess like I'm thinking like you go into a house and you go like to the basement or the attic, God forbid, and there's like a huge blood spot. You're like, oh God, what's behind this
You
door?
would go there.
Like holy
Yeah,
shit, you know.
yeah.
But for me being the home inspector, like that would be my biggest concern. Would be like, what do you refer to it as? But like bodily fluids and shit. You know, like
you are as huge.
I would be-
like Ryan is a germaphobe.
Like, I would be
so like
just
biohazardous.
beside myself.
Oh,
yeah.
Like
I mean-
you know, like bodily fluids would definitely be his.
He would be the home inspector in the astronaut suit that you wear at the hospital.
I would 100%.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh God, yeah, I just. Man, it's
I'm
just
sure
like,
if you found a meth lab, you'd probably have
Oh,
to
for
say
sure.
something.
Yeah.
But
Just so we
man.
make that clear.
yeah, clean those up before it gets there.
And don't put them in the closet.
You know what's
Yeah,
scary though?
don't put your meth lab in the closet.
Imagine doing his job in the inner city. Oh
Mm-mm.
my goodness. I don't know. That
Well, I get up to Stark County and Summit County,
Ooh.
so
Yeah,
there's times I'm uncomfortable. I mean,
I'm
Oh,
sure.
sure.
more times I'm like, I hope my ladder's in my truck when I go back
Oh,
out.
yeah, no, seriously,
yes.
yeah.
Putting a lock around that thing, man. Oh my gosh.
Chain it to
Yeah.
your
That's
toolbox.
brutal.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, it happens.
Man.
It does happen.
What's the most well wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh boy.
Wait a minute.
Oh Lord.
Pump the brakes. You ready for this? Dun-dun. I'm just kidding. But this part of the episode is called the Think Different 30. What do we do, Ricky?
We asked Bill a quick question.
Yes. And we encourage folks to think different. So,
That he's not prepared for.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
yes, big
It's
moment
usually
here.
pretty easy, like commonsensical stuff. I promise.
This is going to be super easy. Mr. Bill,
October. I'm ready for this.
owner of
Right.
On Point Inspections. What is the most unique or outrageous home you've ever inspected?
Unique or outrageous?
Yes.
Wow.
Where you're just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, you stumped me already.
Ryan.
Some of the barn dominiums are very
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are
Those
really
are
neat.
all the rage.
Mhm.
So
Those are big right now.
yeah.
How do you feel about those?
I'm indifferent on it. I mean, they're almost all slabs, so if
That's
you're a
true.
basement kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yes, me
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
I like a good basement. I actually had some people from Kentucky come up and
Oh, nice.
find, I was helping them buy,
Yeah.
and they said the craziest thing about shopping in Ohio was y'all have basements. She's like, that ain't a thing down home. She's
I
like,
hear that a lot.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, she's like, it's just not a big deal in Kentucky. Like,
Real? Oh
she's
my
like, you
gosh.
guys in Ohio are obsessed with basements. Like, yeah,
Well-
you never know what's gonna happen.
Hey,
Yeah.
if for the folks that watched or have not yet watched our Leave the World Behind episode, I think basements are going to become a lot more common here in the very near future.
With steel walls and ceilings.
Exactly. And you know what though? As I scroll through social media, those underground bunkers are becoming so common now. It's insane.
Really?
The
It's
Cold
crazy.
War is back.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, that's exactly the case. And it's like, I mean, you hear obviously the billionaires and stuff, they all have them and whatnot, but now like it's becoming more common. I'm seeing
Yeah.
like people are actually selling them as units prior to having a new construction built, where they're putting those in. It's insane.
That's
It
crazy.
is insane.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
It's kind of just the next wrinkle of the storage unit, tiny houses they're doing. They're just
Exactly.
burying them.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Mhm.
That's exactly what I saw
That's
too.
crazy.
He's right. Wow.
We could
Incredible.
put one on Ricky's land.
We could.
Yeah, yeah.
You
You
know
got
what?
some acreage.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot, but enough.
Just call it a basement.
Well, you got a couple hundred acres out there.
I
You know, we could.
Oh my god, I wish.
Do you still have the oil rights and mineral rights? I don't know.
I don't. Actually.
Oh, infinity.
Yeah. Oh, eat my
Whoa.
Get out of my face.
How has this show turned into an absolute blast today?
I knew it would.
It
I
would,
knew
yes.
it would.
Yeah.
Bill, before we close out, what is the biggest message you would like to convey regarding a home inspection to our audience?
Don't shy away from it. I mean, if you're spending that kind of money to purchase a home,
Mhm.
that's not necessarily the right spot to try to squeeze a few $100s and save.
Makes
I mean,
sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Because best case scenario, I mean, you're going to have peace of mind that you're buying what you think you're buying. Worst case scenario, spending those couple $100s could save you tens of thousands of dollars of
Right.
problems.
Mm-hmm. This is true. This is very true.
Yeah.
And what do you say is about the average cost of your home inspections? Like just on average, I know it changes with the
Sure,
square
sure.
footage and
Yeah, standard cost. If it's local to where we are here, we start at $300 for an
Oh,
inspection.
that's not bad.
no,
No,
it's
And there's
not.
other things that you can get done: radon testing, wood destroying insect inspections, things like
Sure.
that.
Oh yeah, Bill does termite. He's certified in termite too, guys. So
How nice is that?
yeah, and he's very reasonable.
Of all the, and I mean this, I know I'm over $5 million now in the past 2 years in regards to sales in real estate, which is wonderful. But of all those sales,
Plug.
sorry, where
Right.
service goes beyond the close, buy and sell with Swales. But
Or
Hey.
you don't have to listen to that, and you can just come to Ricky and I.
she's your home girl, and Miss Ashley makes real estate real. So, but
Thank
again,
you. Thanks for evening the play field.
oh, it's plugs, right?
Appreciate it as your guest.
But I gotta say, of all the homes I've ever been in, I had one time where a home inspector found a detrimental issue that prevented the sale. Point in telling you that and telling our audience that out of, gosh, I don't know, 20, 30 homes that I've sold or bought for folks, only one time did I have a home inspector prevent the sale of the home. And guess what? It was for termite damage. That was
yeah.
really bad.
Yeah.
So, number one, thank you to that home inspector.
Yeah.
You know who you are. I appreciate it. But nonetheless, it's one of those things where we moved on to the next home, found another very nice home for the person. Life is good.
Yeah.
But these aren't like things that are causing you to prevent the sale or we don't want you to buy. It's one of those things to protect you, like Bill said, like he spoke on.
Yeah.
And it's a couple $100s. It's a simple investment. And I'll tell you what, to find out that, hey, there's a furnace issue or there's a water heater issue or there's a electrical box issue, These are all things that can easily, and I mean easily, be negotiated
Yes.
between the buyer and
Yes.
seller.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
That's
You
what
guys
we're
have a
here
right
for.
to
To
More
help
times
both
than not,
parties.
you're going to recoup that cost on the repair.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Right? So
Mhm.
keep
And
that
you
in
know,
mind.
you know what else I know? Like, paint and flooring goes such a long way, and so people are repainting and reflooring
Yes.
homes and stuff like that to make them look pretty. And
Yeah.
so people that are buying these properties like, oh no, this looks great. Maybe
Right.
I don't need a home inspection. It's fine because
Right.
it looks good.
Little do they know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Person's got a
terrible.
loofah in the bathroom, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
I
Don't want that.
But no, she's right. You know what? Like, cosmetically, you look at it, you're like, oh, it's great, no problem. Well,
Yeah.
that's why Mr. Edie has the education he does and the experience that he does doing this for 10 years. So he can go in and actually help you uncover some of those unfortunate things that need to get fixed.
For sure.
Like
For
a
sure.
fresh coat of paint in the basement.
Yes.
Black paint.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Bleach them walls.
Yeah.
Clean it up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Wait,
smell
right back
that.
to the blood stain again?
The decomp stain.
There's a lot there. It's scary.
There is a
My
lot.
gosh.
Poor Ryan. Well, once again, we want to thank Bill Edie from
Yes.
On Point Inspections
What a
for
show
joining
today.
us. That was
Thank
so
you.
much fun. Thank you for
Yeah,
coming.
my pleasure.
We
Shout
absolutely
out.
appreciate
Bill,
it.
get your plug in, my friend. Here we go.
What? I just plugged him.
Hire me.
Hire Bill.
All right, there you go. There you
Do you
go.
have any other? Do you have a sweet slogan?
How can folks get a hold of you?
I'm on Facebook, and most of your realtors know who I am.
Yes, yes.
We have his number.
On Point Inspections. Look me up on Facebook.
Awesome. Very good.
Thank you.
And you'll get this entertainment.
Oh, very much, right?
Oh, absolutely. This
Yes.
this podcast will somehow get linked to my.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
it will.
Oh, we'll do that. We'll make
Hey.
sure.
And if you are thinking about selling your home, there's nothing wrong with giving this man a quick phone call and or
Yeah.
any other home inspector you feel comfortable with,
Yeah.
giving them a phone call and letting them come to the home and doing a pre-sale inspection where they can walk
That's an
through.
excellent idea.
Yes, they're becoming a lot more common.
Yes.
And we provide the home inspection report to the potential
There
buyers.
you go.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good enough, but sometimes
Sure.
it's not. But
It gives a level of transparency.
Yes,
on the
trust
seller's
in your
part.
own
Sure.
home. Like,
Mhm.
And if it does unearth something, the seller gets an opportunity to deal with it before
Yes.
the pressure of a transaction.
exactly.
absolutely, they can deal
Love
with. They can fix it without. Yeah, they can
Awesome.
just provide all the proof and the repairs and everything else.
Heck
Good
yeah.
point, Rye Guy.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me.
Oh,
Of
Bill, it's been a pleasure.
course,
That
of
is
course.
awesome.
Take
Thank
us
you.
home, homegirl.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for joining us this week. Well, oh my gosh, we have another one coming this week, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. So don't forget to tune into that one. Follow us across Facebook,
That'll be a
Facebook,
thing eventually.
YouTube, and Spotify. Yeah, we'll eventually be on Facebook.
Yes.
We're ahead of the curve here.
Yeah, we are. You know. All right.
That's like a
thank you.
MySpace and a Facebook combined. It's Facebook. I
My
love
dad
it.
used
Wow.
to call it face space whenever it first came out. He's like, "Are you on your face space?" All right, guys. Thanks again. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Until next time, leave those pineapples upward.
Yeah, hang your loofahs. Keep them locked in your shower.
We do encourage you to think different.
Well, there is that.